You're watching the Weiss channel. That. Today, we're going to do graphing of rational equations. Okay. And I'm going to show you a number of delta math examples that you will see. For example, y equals 6 over x. Okay. Now, first, it's important to note what value for x will make the function undefined. Well, 0, because you can't divide by 0, right? So there's a point right here at 0. Okay. I can move this point. Okay. Now, I'm not going to change it because I want it to be 0 because x dividing by 0 is the undefined point. I'm also able to move this dot or this dot. Okay. So after I put in 0, 0 will pretty much be the first item I enter. Then I'm going to put in the number exactly to the right or to the left. I will explain what I'm talking about in a little bit. All right. So I'm going to start with 1. All right. Meaning I'm going to put 1 in for x. If I put in 1, what's 6 divided by 1? 6 divided by 1 is 6. So I'm going to put this point all the way up to 6. 1, 6, right? Of course, it also works for -1, right? -1, 6 divided by -1 is -6. Okay. And that's what you do. Press submit. All right. Here's 3 divided by x. Okay. Same thing. 0. And then I'm going to do 1. 3 divided by 1 is 3. So I go to 3. And I'm done. Easy. Okay. Next. So that one was going up and down, vertical. Now I'm going to do horizontal. All right. So now looking at 1 over x plus 7, what number will I put in for x in order to make the bottom 0? Wouldn't it be -7? Right? So I'm just going to take this and move over to -7. Boom. Okay. Now I'm going to do -6. -6 plus 7 is 1. So 1 over 1 is 1, which makes this point good, right where it is. I get -6, +1. So I'm set. Okay. Submit. Yes. Okay. How about this one? X minus 4. What number would I put in for x in order to get 0 on the bottom? +4, right? So I'm going to move this guy over to +4. Okay. And once again, if I put in 5, 5 minus 4 is 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. So that point is good as well. Okay. Submit. Okay. Next. Now, okay, in this problem, again, if I put in 0, that's going to make the function undefined because you can't divide by 0, right? So, but we have +7, which means we're going to move the entire thing up to 7, okay? Still keep in mind that x is 0, but it's 0 and +7. So when you have +7, you have to move the graph up, okay? Now, by the way, if I put in 1 for x, 1 divided by 1 is 1, plus 7 is 8. So makes this point good. And -1 would make -1 plus 7 would be 6. So that point is good. Okay. Submit. Yes. Okay. So how about this? 1 over x minus 3. Again, it's just move it down to -3 and you're done. Okay. Easy. Okay. Now, how about this? And two problems in one. That's all right. What number do I put in for x in order to make the bottom 0? It's going to be -5, right? So here I go -5. I'm at -5. But I also have to go, see -5 here. I got to go down to -5 here. Okay. That's it. Right. How about this? Okay. What would make uh, the bottom 0? -8. Right. But I also got to go +7, right? So I'm going to go -8 here, and then I got to go to +7 right there. Okay. That's it. There you go. Okay. Okay. One more time. What would make the function to not exist? Right. 0. So the 0 is good. I also have to do +4. So 0 and then +4. Now, this time when I go to 1, okay, 6 divided by 1 is 6. Okay. 6 plus 4 is 10. So I got to take this guy and go all the way to 10. Okay. Now, by the way, if this were a 5, okay, look what happens here. Notice how if I try to move it up, whoops. Okay. Anyway, I was practicing this and I noticed that if this was a number that made it go off the chart, when you go off the chart, the dot disappears. So you'd have to use this one here. All right. And for example, if I put in -1, 6 over -1 is -6. -6 plus 4 is -2. So that's why this dot here is at -2. Okay. And you'd have to do this one because this one would wind up off the chart. All right. Here, let me show you this example. So again, it's 0, but if I put in 1, 3 over 1 is 3. 3 plus 8 is 11. So look what happens. If I try to go all the way up to 11, it's not going to let me go to 11. It just stops here at 10. So that's not going to work. So watch what happens. 3 over -1 is -3. -3 plus 8 is -5. Um, I don't know why that's happening. Um, okay. Sometimes it's not perfect. This is not going to be right. Yeah. I'm going to apologize for this. I saw this happen. Sometimes it doesn't do what it's supposed to do. So please just skip it and go on to the next problem. Okay. So, uh, okay, let's take a look at this. Um, if I put in 1, okay, 7 over 1 is 7. And 7 minus 8 is -1. So I would have to take this guy and go down here like that. Okay. Um, this is also not going to work. And here's why. Because if I put in -1, it's -7 minus 8 is -15, right? So it means this one should have to go to -15. So that's not going to work either. And that's an issue. All right. So again, just go on to the next problem. All right. So 4 over 1 is 4 minus 8. This is going to be the same problem. I'm just going to go to a different problem. Okay, here, this will work. Okay, 7 over 1 is 7. If I go to 1, 7 over 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. Right there. Okay. Oh, sorry. I know what I'm doing wrong. Let me fix this. Okay, here's my problem. All right. What did I forget to do? I forgot to go to plus 3. Okay. So if I go plus 3, that now, do you see? See how the dot here is gone? Okay. Now my answer is going to be correct. So why it's not correct? Because I need it to be a 10. I'm going to get this question right. Gosh darn it. Sorry. That dot has to be a 10. Now it's going to be correct. Hey, okay. Sorry. Okay. So let me show you again. Now I know why this wasn't working. Here. All right. I got to go to plus 4. Okay. I got to go to plus 4. That was my problem to begin with. That's why I wasn't getting them right. Okay. Now I'm at plus 4. But when I go to 1, 7 plus 4 is 11. So watch this. I can't get there. So I have to use this point to go down here. Because -1, 7 over -1 is -7, plus 4 is -3. So I have to be at -3 here. Notice there's no dot here. Okay, that's the answer. Okay. Okay. I want to do one more of these. Okay. So once again, I got to go plus 4. Okay. There's plus 4. All right. And if I go to 1, 8 over 1 is 8 plus 4 is 12. There's no 12 here. So I got to go to -1. 8 over -1 is -8. -8 plus 4 is -4. So I have to take this dot down to -4. Okay. That's it. Notice there the dot here is off the chart. Okay. Okay. Here, all right. What makes the function undefined? All right, -7, right? So I got to go to -7. Okay. Now, if I go to -6 plus 7 is +1. 3 divided by 1 is 3. So I have to take this up to 3. Okay. Easy. All right. How about this? What makes the bottom 0? Okay. +2. So I'm going to go to +2. All right. Do you see how my red dots aren't moving? I'm going to go to a different problem. So I'm sorry when this happens. Okay. Let's try this. Oh, I don't know why it does that to me. Here. All right. X minus 5. What makes the bottom 0? +5. Okay. I apologize if your red dots aren't moving with the blue dot. Okay. Now I'm going to put in 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. All right. 6 divided by 1 is 6. So I got to move this guy all the way up to 6. Okay. And there you go. All right. That's how you do those problems. And here, okay, again, 0 makes the problem undefined. I don't have to move this blue dot. Right. Now I'm going to put in +1. If I put in +1, -4 divided by +1 is -4. So I got to go down to -4. And see how this one will go to +4. Because -4 divided by -1 is +4. Okay, easy. Mm-hmm. Same thing here. I'm going to go to take this. What's -7 divided by 1? That's going to be -7. So I got to go down to -7. Easy. Done. Okay. This one's going to be -3. Okay. That's how you do it. All right. You've been watching the Weiss channel.